I will make a mobile game. And why is that, you may ask? Well, first of all, why not? And second, the mobile gaming industry is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. And considering that all of us are addicted to our phones, I don't think it will slow down anytime soon. With that in mind, I realized that if I want to call myself a real game developer, I need to make at least one mobile game. In my last video, I learned basics of 3D game development, but I still don't feel comfortable enough with it. So I decided that my first mobile game will be in 2D. After some brainstorming, I came up with the idea for the game. You have to keep the bouncy ball from touching the edges, and you do that by spawning random objects to bounce off of. But there is a catch. You don't know what object will you spawn, since it's random. So ball can bounce in any direction. It's a simple idea, but it probably won't be simple to make, considering the size of my brain. I started by making deadly edges, but they didn't look too deadly. I fixed that by using Universal Rendering Pipeline. That basically allows me to use lights and some fancy effects. I added some red lights to the edges and now they look deadly. I added a ball and made it bouncy with physics material. Now I should add the key mechanic. Random objects spawning on touch. That should be easy, right? Wrong. It would be a little easier if I had a little bigger brain and didn't spend 4 hours trying to spawn object where I touch instead of screen center. And the problem was in only one checkbox, like always. After I made that work, my genius programming brain made a dying script first try, and now if you touch the red edge, you die. The game looks a little boring in this state, so I proceeded to create some effects when you bounce off of green thing and when you die. I also added tap to play screen when you die. The game is cool like this, but it needs to be more fun. And in order to have fun, you need to feel good. And what is the better way to feel good than to have better score than your friends? That's why I added a score in the top corner. I also added a high score so you can flex on your friends. The main part of the game is done, but I want to add a few more things. I added a few more shapes that can be spawned, and now it's practically impossible to pass 20. The look of the game got boring after a while, so I added a few more color combinations. And the game is basically done. It was a little easier than I expected, unlike 3D Blender hell from my last video. Unfortunately, I won't release this game for now, because I don't have time for App Store and Google Play Store, but maybe in the future. Speaking of future, the next video on the channel will be very special, and it's in the making more than 2 months now. So subscribe if you don't want to miss that, and like this video because why not? See you in my next video.